guys, welcome to another episode of High Tea with Shorty. I hope you guys are doing really good and having a really good day so far. And if you don't, well, it's okay. It's going to be a brand new day tomorrow and you can have a fresh start. So, if you're new to my channel, where High Tea with Shorty is actually a platform where I talk about my art journey, the struggles, and the experiences I have had so far in the art industry. I do share a few good and bad experiences that I had with my past clients or with my freelance work or my job experiences as well. And so, for today's podcast, I would like to talk about something serious. I want to talk about loss in terms of losing a job, losing that financial stability. But before I get into that, I would like to talk about the artwork that I'm doing today. So, today's artwork was inspired by my trip to Sarpas, which I took in the month of April. And if you would like to know more about my trip, I talk about it in my previous podcast. I can share the link in the description so you can check it out and let me know. So, well, yeah, and it was a really beautiful 5 to 6 days trip where I really enjoyed, and I was missing the mountains, I was missing the cold and the beautiful nature, just surrounded by the nature, the woods, the huge mountains. So I was just sitting one day and going through my phone, and I came up with this idea that's exactly how, and this is actually an original photo, as you can see, was clicked by a dear partner of mine. And yeah, it just fit really well because I was going through my photos and it just clicked at that time, and that's how I created this. Like, it's manifesting that through the phone. So yeah, that's about the artwork. So coming back to today's topic that I want to talk about is loss. As you can see, or if you're keeping up to date with the news, a lot of people are losing their jobs because there's a recession happening in the outside world. Like, recently Amazon laid off 10,000 employees. Meta has also done so, and even Twitter. So there's a lot of negative energy, and such news can actually become really demotivating for you as an artist, as an individual. We get this fear that, am I going to be next, or is that going to happen to me? And certain kinds of insecurities and the fear of losing something can get to you at times and can be highly demotivating and disturbing to your mental health. And in these times, I think it's really important to remember that loss is a part of life, and don't hold on to something so tight that it gets difficult for you to bounce back, because there's always going to be struggle in life, and there will be times where you decide to quit a job or you are made to quit a job, and it's okay to accept both of that, because the same thing is something that I went through last year, and exactly at this point of life, where last year in the last November I had decided to quit my job in the month of October. I signed in and everything. I was offered a 1-year contract, but I declined it because I wanted to pursue my education ahead. But I was not able to complete or do the education because of financial issues, and also of looking at the COVID and the current world situation. It didn't really feel right to step out of India right now because it was just a mess at that time. And I am so glad I chose to stay back, because I knew I wanted to get into teaching, and that is something that I wanted to do, but I didn't really know how I'm going to reach that stage of my life. So there was a period of 4 months where I did not have a job, and there was a lot of struggle. There were sleepless nights, there were self-doubt, there were insecurities about my decisions that I was taking, the constant question of everyone asking you, so when are you going to get a job? So have you applied somewhere? Are you trying to apply? There's a job opening here and there and what not, And sometimes these people, they do come with an open and warm heart, but those kind of questions can sometimes actually get to you in a really bad way. And we start questioning ourselves even more, because whether you are asked to leave a job or whether you decide to leave a job, it is one thing, but you just got out of something, and personally and realistically, it's not a good idea to just suddenly put yourself into a new job role or a new place. Give yourself time to recover from that loss or that change of environment. Let it absorb in your body, let it settle, and then start fresh. Give yourself time, because you won't just be hampering your mental state, because if you don't give yourself time to actually start fresh, all that baggage of that previous job or work is going to come into your new job. So start with a fresh mind, give yourself to breathe and start again. And in that time period, and you never know how long that time period is going to last, very honestly. It can be a month, it can be a couple of months, it can be 6 months, it could be year and year. But one thing that you should keep in mind in all those time is not to give up, because giving up is never the answer. You should keep on trying to be one step closer to from where you started yesterday. It's like every time you start again, you are going to bounce back and you will get back on your feet much more faster, because you're going to be getting back up with experience. It's like being on a trampoline, and so every time you jump, or the very first time you take your leap on a trampoline, and when you bounce back, it hurts because your body gets a huge jerk, right? I'm sure you must have experienced it with the first time you stepped on a trampoline. That rush and that fear of you falling down, it is immense, and it gives your body a huge shock. It's the same thing with loss in life, with moving on, and it is okay, because every time you fall back, you're gonna get back a few seconds faster. Your body will instantly react to it without giving you much more shock, because your body has already been through, your mind has already been through, so it knows what to expect and the changes that you can make in your next fall, which will help you get up even more faster. And so is life, and so are the experiences in your life, and so are the losses in your life. Every time you lose something, or you have a setback, or you have a downfall in life, you will get back up even more quicker than you imagined, which is a immensely great thing. So don't ever doubt yourself on how you're gonna do something or how it's gonna turn out, because you will bounce back like always. And that's the beauty, because you're gonna be starting from experience and not from scratch. And the same thing happened with me also when I was in that phase of finding myself and trying to understand where I belong, because I knew what the end goal was, and we all sometimes back of the head know where we want to land up, and we know what makes us happy, and I know that this is going to make me happy. By the way, this is the photo that I have been taking the reference from, and that's just me sitting, and the view is just gorgeous. So yeah, coming back, yes, exactly. So actually this photo is a really perfect example, because if I wouldn't have decided to quit my job, if I wouldn't have decided to take that leap of faith on myself and trusting myself and going against every outside noise telling me not to take this certain job because it does not pay well, or why did you leave your corporate job, or whatever, if I listened to those voices and did not wait for myself, I wouldn't have got to experience this, because I got to go to Sarpas and do this 14,000 feet high trek because of this job, and I'm gonna be truly grateful. Sometimes other people fail to see how happy you are in life, or fail to see what you're doing for yourself, because they think what they think is right should be right for you. But only we know what is right for us, and these are the kind of things that we need to remember on the lowest days of life, because no one is going to remind you. that you're gonna be okay. You have to be your best friend. And in times like this, where you don't have a job, you should just focus on building yourself and how to better yourself, learn something new, spend time with your friends, spend time with your family, spend time with yourself. More importantly, it is to spend time with yourself, to get back in touch with that self of yours who was lost in the 9 to 5 grind, who was working constantly, who was making yourself miserable to fulfill that job. Because trust me, the fact that we decided to quit or you got laid off means you are not valued over there. So you should not feel sorry for a job like that, because if they wanted you or wanted me in the past, they would have fought for us. And that's exactly how life is. If you are a worthy person or an employee in anything, people will fight for you. It's like a relationship that you have with your co-workers or your colleagues or your job. If someone wants you, they will fight for you. So think of it in that way, that something better is on the way. And trust me, something better is always on the way. Always. There's always something to look forward, and things always work out for a particular reason. So don't ever doubt yourself. I know it gets so difficult, and especially these times where your whole world is turned upside down and you have to start from scratch. Yes, starting from scratch can be difficult, but you'll be starting from a lot more experience part, a lot more of knowledge that you have, that how to be a better version of yourself for your next chapter in life. So close that chapter and begin a new journey of your life. It's going to be great. You're gonna have lots of experiences, and don't ever give up on yourself. No one's gonna root for you but you. So you have to be your biggest cheerleader. And in times of where you feel you're doubting yourself, come to High Tea with Shorty podcast and we'll have a conversation. You can drop me an email, you can comment, and I will be there for you guys, because this is the community I want to build, where we support each other in our low times and high times. It's a low point in your life where you need the people most in your life, because there's always gonna be people around you when you're doing good in life. It's the times like the low times in your life where you need the right kind of people the most. And I was really grateful. I had my best friend, two of my really good friends, actually best friends, like Sunny and Tanay, who are part of Freak House right now, where we spoke about last podcast, and they were constantly there with me during my rough times, cheering me up. Especially Tanay, he has supported me, and I'm really grateful to even work with him right now. And a lot of fun collabs are going to be happening with Freak House really soon, so I'm very excited for you guys to check that out. So yes, don't ever think that you're alone. We are here for you. Tapsy community is here for you, and I would love to be a part of your life and help you to a better self. And don't ever forget that you are loved, you're needed, and you're wanted. And it's going to be a great time of the year ahead. Christmas is coming, New Year's happening, a fresh start, so to say. So yes, and I'll see you guys next week. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast and the conversation we had today, and I hope you enjoy the artwork as well. So have a great week, and I'll speak to you guys really soon, and take care and stay healthy. Bye guys.